Oh, man. It's a series, boys. We're going on the road. Let's do this damn thing. Let her rock. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome back to It's About Hockey. I'm Mason. Tonight we're talking about Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars, where the Dallas Stars take down the Edmonton Oilers 3-1, splitting the series 1-1. Yes. We are not going to see a sweep. We're not going to have to deal with the potential of a sweep. Very good series, like I said in my last video. And we're going to talk about this game because there are some things that are being shown. Were shown in this game that were very evident that I know what I'm talking about, for one. And the Dallas Stars are serious. Yes. So let's talk about that game. Before I do, I can't wear this hat anymore because every time I do, the next game the Stars play, they wind up losing. So this will be here in support. I just can't wear it because I don't want to see them lose. I will wear the colors, but that's as far as I'm going. For you Stars fans, I'm going to do it for you guys. But enough of that. Let's talk about this game because it was a good one. All right. Like I said, Stars edge Oilers in Game 2, even Western Conference Final, 1-1. Let's do the damn thing. All right, I'm not doing that. But yes, very good game. And I'm just going to be real flat out honest with you guys because I believe that's how relationships should be. They should be honest. Edmonton had quite the jump in the beginning of this game. For sure. I thought this was like, oh, Dallas, for some reason, can't get the memo and they cannot get going. They were outshot 16-4 in the first period. It was looking kind of bad. Not kind of bad, pretty bad for the Dallas Stars in the start of the game. But then things changed and we got the outcome we wanted to get. So we're going to talk about this game. Let's go over the facts really quick because that's the important stuff. Like I said, 16-4 in the first period. Dallas getting smoked in the shot, on the shot clock or the shot counter. But end of the game, they still lost on the shot count, 29-25. Face-offs pretty much even, 51 to let's call it 49. Power play, Edmonton 0 for 2 on the power play. Dallas 0 for 1. Not very many penalty opportunities or power play opportunities for either team. Hits, again, not a very physical series. I want more. For sure I do. But I think these two teams, I just don't think it's in their DNA. Other than a few players, it might be in those players' DNA. But as the team mentality is, I don't think it's in their DNA. Dallas has not been throwing the body as much in these playoffs. They did in like the first 2-3 games when they played Vegas. But then they kind of reined it in and started pointing to their identity. And ever since then, it's kind of been like hits aren't as important. There are still some big hits. Jamie Benn is still out there throwing the body around. But again, nothing too crazy tonight. There was like 2 good hits tonight. I don't even know who they were. I think it was Craig Smith or something like that. Threw a big hit. But other than that, there was nothing really to write home about on far as hits goes. Block shots. You guys know what I say about block shots. If you don't, go watch any of my other videos. Dallas holding it down in front of Jake Ottinger, getting in those lanes and taking away opportunities because you have to do that in the playoffs. So kudos to the Dallas Stars for doing that. They take that 22-9. Dallas won doing their thing, but Edmonton, I don't know what they were doing. I think they were looking for that transition a lot tonight. The fast breakout transition. I don't know what their game plan was as far as blocking shots, but it just wasn't there. Giveaways, takeaways. Dallas tonight came away with that one, 11-5, and it was very evident that in the third period, that's where I think a majority of that stat came from. So we're going to talk about a couple of the goals really quick, and then we're going to talk about some thoughts about the overall game. So let's go to the goals. This is goal number 1. Now, Dallas, again, being down in the series, 0-1, playing at home. They definitely don't want to go to Edmonton Or am I in frame there? Whoop, whoop. They definitely don't want to go to Edmonton, being down 0-2 or 2 games and none. So tonight's start was very important, like it was for the New York Rangers last night. And who's getting on the board, who's getting started is none other than the goalie, the captain. I was going to say the goalie, the captain, Jamie Benn, getting it going. And on the first shot of the game for the Dallas Stars, on Stuart Skinner. I've talked about Stuart Skinner. You know, you guys kind of know my opinion if you followed along with me. I don't have I don't have a lot of confidence in Stuart Skinner. For sure I don't. He lets in easy ones, and I think this is an easy one. Okay, it's the first shot of the game. Jamie Benn. First of all, Jamie Benn, Stankoven going on 2-on-1. Potentially can catch up here on the back check for the Oilers. But Jamie Benn looking off Stankoven and then burying it 5-hole. Beautiful. First shot of the game. I love Jamie Benn's celebration. It's just like, yep, high five. Great job. Good job. Cool. Still early in the game. Game's not over. It's not 1 in the first period. It's 1 in 60 minutes, and you got to finish the damn play. So kudos to them. Get on the board soon. Love to see that. But as much as we loved to see that, 44 seconds later, was it 44 seconds or was it like 45 seconds later? It was like something like that. Connor Brown, of all people, getting on the board and answering for that goal, evening it up 1-1 early in the first. Here's the goal here. Nothing crazy, but what is a little disappointing on this is you had Petrovic here. Watch, we'll get to it here. I had to look at his number again. Here he is, number 28. Watch what he does. He gets caught looking. Shot on net. Cool. Tyler Seguin as well gets caught looking. Watch what happens. Easy rebound. Petrovic again got caught looking. Seguin was kind of gliding on the back check. You can't do that. You can't do it in the playoffs. You can't do it in the regular season. Ultimately, this is what bites them in the butt. Goal. Tie game 1-1. And then we get to everything in between until the Mason Marchment goal. Shout out to the homie Mace. Mace from Mace. What up, homie? Lots of back and forth. Edmonton for sure had the upper hand from the first half of the game. It wasn't until, I believe, that when Dallas realized, when they came out for the second period and saw how many shots they had, they knew they had to step it up for sure. I don't imagine Pete DeBoer as a yelling, roo-ha-ha kind of guy in the locker room, but someone had to step up in that locker room. I wonder who it was. I want to say it was Joe Pavelski, but I don't know. I want to say it was Jamie Benn, but Jamie Benn's always quiet as hell, as far as I know. So I just want to know what was said in the locker room to get these boys going, because when they came out and they got halfway through and they started finding the rhythm in that second period, Dallas took over. For sure they did, and it was beautiful to see. We get to Mason Marchment's tying goal here. This right here was a result of great forechecking. The pressure Dallas was putting on Edmonton tonight in their own defensive zone was superb. There was a point in time in that second period where Dallas had Edmonton in their own zone, defending in their own zone for almost 2.5 minutes. They didn't get a goal out of it, but it was a good jumping point to create that momentum shift and to build off of something like that. It would have been great if they scored a goal, no doubt for sure, but they didn't. So, but the pressure remained all night on Edmonton. After that point, yes, Edmonton got their looks for sure. They did. I'm not saying Edmonton got smoked. I'm not saying they got dominated, but you can tell the momentum shift, or the momentum was in Dallas's favor for a good majority of the second half of the game. The forecheck on this one was great. You can see Edmonton here trying to get that breakout pass going down here. You got to chip up the boards. You can't do it. Goes back to Suter at the point. What does he do? He's down here in the corner if you can't see it on the screen. But he's down here slinging at the net. You have to get pucks on net anytime you get a chance. You never know what's going to happen. Just throw it at the net. If you got traffic in front of the net, even better. I always like the idea of throwing it low, knees below. Throw it from the knees down to the net because stuff hits shin pads, it hits sticks, it hits skates. It can redeflect anywhere. Those are hard ones to stop, in my opinion. But this one didn't go. It went waist high. Mason Marchment tips it, and it goes. It bounces off the ice and goes right under Stuart Skinner's arm. So I can't say this is a bad one on Stuart Skinner. Not at all. I think that one's a difficult one, but shout out to Mace for getting the job done. And Dallas just remained putting that pressure on from this point on. I feel like Dallas does an extremely good job at keeping the momentum and playing like they're supposed to be playing when they have a lead. It's when they're down and they don't get the opportunities and they don't, for some reason they just cannot play to their full abilities when they're down. And maybe that's because the opponents play up for the same reason Dallas does. But when Dallas has a lead and they start playing a team defensive game, a very smart strategic offensive game, and they execute game plans, dump and chase, strong forechecks, they're a very hard team to beat. The shots at this point weren't even all that great. I think it was, how many shots did they have at this point? They had 15 shots to Edmonton 24. So a good amount. But the pressure was still there. And then we get the Essa Lindell's empty net goal. I'm not even going to go over that one. Yeah, the Oilers were on a line change. Nurse kind of screwed that one up, in my opinion. But things happen, and we get the final score tonight, 3-1 or 1-3, however you're viewing this one. 3 stars of the game tonight. We have Mason Marchment. Shout out to Mace. Jake Ottinger and Stuart Skinner. Now, I do have a problem with third star of the game, Stuart Skinner. Okay. And not really. It's just me nitpicking. Because there was one player on the ice tonight that made his presence felt extremely well. Every time I looked up, I felt like he had the puck or he was involved in a play, and that was Stankoven. Stankoven, for me, was the third star of the game tonight. He was playing out of his mind. He had a lot of good looks tonight. He had one go right through the crease. He banked it off of Stuart Skinner. That one almost set the house on fire, but it didn't. But I felt like Stankoven has played extremely well this game compared to his last game, because he did have that mistake against Connor McDavid in that overtime goal. I felt like he needed to play better tonight, and he did. He showed up for sure. While we're here on the box score, looking at this game, I wanted to see stats. You know how I like to look at stats. I like to see how the opposing team played and what time players are playing at tonight. No surprise here. Connor McDavid with leading the ice time tonight for Edmonton with 24 minutes and 29 seconds. Let's see how the defense did tonight. Well, he didn't lead it, but he was damn near close. You got Evan Bouchard down here at 27.22. Shots wise, though, that was an interesting one. Looking at this one, Evander Kane with 5 tonight, Connor Brown with 3, Janmark with 2, and then I'm looking for the big 2, which is Draisaitl. He's got 2, and Connor McDavid with 1. Tough look, I guess. I don't know. Dallas was kind of all over McDavid tonight. No shocker there. I mean, because of how he played last game and the lack of strong defensive game from Dallas last game, I kind of expected a little bit of a better performance defensive wise, and they showed that tonight. I didn't say they were going to shut down McDavid, nor did they, but it was pretty evident tonight that they were doing what they could to contain him and Draisaitl. Evander Kane with 5 shots tonight, a little shocking, to be honest. But then I looked at the Dallas Stars and looking at the shots. I don't really care so much about the shots. I've looked at this before, so I'm not really tripping about it. Nothing really crazy here for me. Tyler Seguin with 4. He was kind of all over the ice tonight too as well. Mason Marchment with 3, Dellandrea with 3, Jamie Benn with 2, and so on and so forth. What is shocking, or not really shocking, but interesting to see, is the time on ice tonight. No one in the offense cracked 20 minutes. And then you have Chris Tanev and Miro Heiskanen, as well as Lindell, cracking that 20-minute mark for the Dallas Stars. So I'm kind of thinking, in my mind, DeBoer, because they have played more games and they want to stick to a defensive game to contain the Oilers, I think for sure, I gotta believe for sure, they're going to keep playing this way of shorter shifts throughout this series. Keep those legs fresh, keep everyone alert, play good defense like they were doing against Colorado in the last round. And this thing could swing Dallas's way. Now, the next game is in Edmonton for game 3. I fully expect that place to be rocking. Will this game plan hold up? I don't know. We'll see. They don't have last change going into Edmonton, so it's going to be, if this strategy can hold up, I'd be interested to see what the time on ice for the next game is for all these players. To me, it's just shocking not to see 20 minutes on ice tonight. So, yeah, and who led the ice tonight was Wyatt Johnston, okay? Don't come at me in the comments for saying Johnson, all right? It's hard to say sometimes, all right? It is for some reason, but that's it for the game, boys. We got a 3-1 victory. Let's go. Start. All right, boys, like I said, game 3 is in Edmonton. It's on, what is it? Today's Saturday. It's on Monday night. So it should be a good one. Edmonton, I fully expect that place to be rocking. Edmonton's been killing these playoffs as far as hosting games. I don't know about the next one. It's an even match. Truthfully, I feel like this game was what Dallas needed to do tonight in order to go on the road in Edmonton. They need to put a good performance up. They need to play the hockey they're used to playing, the hockey they've been playing in these playoffs. And tonight it definitely showed, and it definitely paid off for them. Like I said, getting that dub at home, super important, and I loved it. I can take 7 games of this, like I can take 7 games of their series. But if you guys are new to my channel, you guys are digging what I'm putting out, please consider hitting that like button. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. Rock with me, because I'm going to be covering this series as well as the Eastern Conference Finals. And then when we get to the big dance, it's going down. I will be covering that one fully. So, yes, I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the views. Let's do it one more time for the Dallas Stars. Let's go, boys. Let's go. I'm not wearing it. I'm not going to wear it. I'll wear it tomorrow, but I won't in the video. So, let's do it. Stars. I used to hate this, but now I'm kind of rocking with it. Whatever. Let's do it. All right, boys. I will see you at the game. 3. Let's go.